This right here is a Kidde fire extinguisher, and of course, as you can see, it's in pretty beat up shape. It's kind of nasty. The handle is actually a little bit dented. Of course, this valve is also a little stuck open right now. Currently, the valve stem is depressed, even though the handle isn't being squeezed. So right now, if I tried to pressurize it, the pressure would immediately rush back out. This gauge is absolutely destroyed. You can see it's stuck in the green zone. And today I'm going to see if I can turn this into a working extinguisher. Now I'm going to go ahead and get that gauge off. Of course, because this is a poorly designed extinguisher, I have to just rip it off with pliers. Of course, that just flies right off, and then I can get this little nub off with a crescent wrench. Alright, now that I have the gauge off, I'm going to go ahead and get this head off. You just basically push here and wait for it to unscrew, like so. Of course, there you go. Now the head is loose, so I just pull it out like that. Alright, so now I'm going to clean out the valve. Of course, right here you can see we have a cheap plastic siphon tube. Not very strong, pretty cheap, but it should just unscrew like that, and we'll be able to access the valve. So this is what it looks like inside of here. You can see we have a valve stem that is very, very caked in there. I'm definitely going to have to wash this out very, very well, but now I'm going to see if I can pop out that valve stem. So if we look inside the valve here, you can see that that is kind of nasty. Lots of dry powder. So I'm going to go ahead and get a brush and brush all of that out so the valve can be clean again. Normally, if I was cleaning out a fire extinguisher valve, I would use my air compressor and blow it out. I am inside the shop right now, so I don't have that available. So I'm just going to use this little bristle brush thingy and get in there. It does do a pretty good job cleaning all of it out, and this should make it clean. You can't really see it, but that valve is pretty much sparkly clean where the seals are going to be, so I'm sure this will hold pressure now. Of course, for a fire extinguisher to work, we also need a gauge, so here I have a gauge. I have Teflon taped it a little bit. Of course, technically you're not supposed to do this, but it does help in making sure that the gauge is not where the leak is coming from, so I'm going to turn that and then tighten it with a wrench. So now I'm going to go ahead and fill the cylinder with the designated Kidde dry chemical. I don't use any mixed dry chemical powder. I only use the OEM manufacturer approved dry chemical. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pour it into there. I don't have a machine obviously, but you can see that the original agent just flows very well. It's just like water. It flows into the funnel and it goes into the cylinder. This doesn't cake and it just flows really well. It's very smooth. Alright, my apologies I couldn't actually film myself pressurizing this, but basically what I did was I screwed on this adapter, and then I pressurized it with dry air to 100 psi, because this is a 4-pound unit, so it only goes to 100 psi. And I did leak test this, so what I did was I put the nozzle underwater to see if there were any bubbles coming out. This extinguisher is not leaking, so now this extinguisher is technically good enough for service. Of course, I'm not going to go put it in service. I mostly just recharge this for fun.